Arcadian shelter have returned. By calculating the position of every atom in the universe, we can predict... The grand plan is the predetermined order to the entire universe. We can predict it down to all those poor people. So many dead. Places falling apart.
I'm going to lend a hand at the exclusion zone. Algorithm dissonance.
Since the schism, the Protectorate have weakened.
song I was supposed to play.
Every scientician yearns to visit the archive on First. One day, so many dead, places falling apart.
You're now entering an active combat zone. Take all necessary precautions.
Right on scene. Out of sight and on the way.
Introducing some battlefield medicine.
I will restore my life force.
I'm going to lend a hand at the exclusion zone. If we compare the rates of dust accumulation inside...
Bassar is the first among equals of the Laureate Council.
Grand Architect! First an attack on the agent. Oh, thank good odds and high probabilities you're back. There's been an incident. A rogue faction has taken over the monastery. My Seer Wiley, is trapped up there with other hostages of the Order. To make matters worse, my access code's not working. Without it, I've no way of calling the lift. No, I've known Landon for years. You must be mistaken. If what you say is true, that is damning evidence indeed. But why would he do it? Align himself against the Order? Against a friend? That's a serious accusation. Why would I do such a thing? No, I can't discuss this right now. The monastery. I'm sorry, but we really haven't the time to litigate this issue further. In case I didn't make it clear before, the monastery is currently in jeopardy. Before you leave, there's more you should know. While you were conducting your investigation, I was able to piece together the conspirators' main target, the peace talks. Representatives of Auntie's Choice and the Order are meeting to discuss an armistice and possible collaboration. It's an unprecedented opportunity to shorten this war. I know I mentioned it before, but compartmentalization is crucial to the success of most of the Order's operations. I wish I could offer more details than that. Yes, regardless of their current actions, those people up there are still members of the Order. My colleagues and friends. Please remember that. Once you reach the monastery, make your way to the observatory. If the conspirators are seeking the coordinates of the talks, no doubt their efforts will be concentrated there. Go forth as was determined, and may the plan guide you. That's certainly a relief. Let's hope we live long enough to enjoy the fruits of your diplomatic labor.
Have you beheld
always
that
wanted
new
to fight a
rifle at the
mathematician.
monastery, the Oracle?
The one Wiley designed, right? Uses a...
Are you sure that rope can support us?
I am 100% certain that its tensile strength is marginally greater than our requirement.
Seer Wiley said I wasn't on his list and let me go. He must have predicted I wouldn't fight back. I don't understand. Where's the Abbot? Why isn't he doing something?
Think when we kick his head in, it'll be simple enough for him to understand?
The wise among us know that nothing occurs without a catalyst. Today, we are that catalyst. Setting into motion the future most aligned with the plan. Belief in your minds. Let it strengthen your resolve, and do not hesitate.
Enemy spotted.
Leave us this nightlight.
All good. This might sting. Alive.
Recharged for mayhem! Wrist weapon prime!
Or avenge my death.
I'm alive. Who needs to die?
Architect's perspiring brow. If you try to cite the fourth pillar to me one more time.
Wait, you hear those voices?
Armed conflicts are not the inevitability you are making them out to be, Anya, but rather the result of a populace failing to adhere to scientism's stoic imperative. Oh, and I suppose we're going to pretend the second pillar doesn't exist. I must have just imagined reading Alfred Long's 75 thesis on determinism then. I'm aware of the errors of his methodology, but Long's overall opinion is still... Wait, why am I arguing with you about this? Actually, an outside opinion might be useful at this juncture. Our current topic is whether war is ever justified. For the sake of time, please keep your answer brief. But what if widespread suffering is already taking place? Then its causes should be observed, quantified, and a non-violent solution found. You do not extinguish a fire with more flame. Tell that to the Protectorate. We're going in circles again. If only we had access to the materials we requested, perhaps we could settle this debate. I need the book Only Real Numbers, The Casualties of Appeasement by Exemplar Kwong. Second edition, not the first. That's important. And I require Archivist Mahler's dissertation on de-escalation theory. You should be able to locate both pieces of scholarship in the scriptorium. I'd also caution against borrowing additional titles. The scribes are absolute fusspots when their work goes missing. or less. Seer Wiley put the question to us last week. Naturally, the problem of interference versus non-interference led us to a broader discussion of war's overall necessity. Oddly, he has not returned for his solution, which is just as well since we remain divided on an answer, though I'm confident we'll get there.
Augustine? Sure. She's got a mind for provocative hypotheticals. Asked a lot more interesting questions than we normally get.
I will add it has been some time since we last saw her. Not since before the schism, in fact. Why do you ask?
Augustine was obsessed with the rift. She wanted to know all the potential routes the Order might take to deal with it. We explained that the rift is an aberration of the plan's natural order, corrupting time and space and creating uncertainty. Consequently, all efforts should be made to close it.
Apologies, but gossip doesn't fall under our purview. We've secluded ourselves here to avoid such distractions, so I would thank you to exclude us from any remote drama. I'm sure I have no notion of what you're referring to.
Good for him. About time someone put theory into application.
What my colleague means is Landon Wiley is among our most gifted and dedicated seers. Whatever actions he's taken must be in service of the plan. I do hope no one's been hurt, though. I see. That is distressing to hear. But as we in the Order like to say, the plan actuates by deliberate means. Let us hope this conflict resolves itself soon. Much appreciated. We'll present our final arguments once you've returned with the research.
Those are N-ray junction boxes. That scanner might be useful to see how this place is wired up.
Got another one.
Investigating phenomena.
And here I was, hoping for a peaceful, rejuvenating soak. Nice wiring. I thought these folk were supposed to work smarter.
acquired the scholarship we asked for. You're in luck. I just finished my third reread of it. Chapter 47 is a real treat. When we're finished speaking, I'll put it in the collection drawer, but do take care with it, especially around the bath. We lose more good books that way. Much appreciated. We'll present our final arguments once you've returned with the research.
I know this ain't gonna get to the Abbot, but I have
It's the unknown variable!
Nowhere near as interesting as the taxidermied cross-sections displaying their internal organs I made when I was a child.
Easy with the fratricide!
Isn't this fancy? Guessing these are the Abbot's quarters.
How selfless of him to safeguard this finery for his people's own good.
And whom do we blame when a student agent arrives. I need more time to finish my work, so I've prepared a choice for you. The hostages in the card press before you will die unless you intervene. If you go through the door on the right, you'll find the means to save them by solving a simple puzzle. Leave through the other door, however, and they will die, screaming in abject terror. But how could you call yourself an Earth Directorate agent if you allowed that to transpire?
Well, this is a twisted way to try and stall us. But we can't just leave them. Good. Then let's get to freeing them.
Definitely not. We should be the only ones killing hostages around here.
Raise high probability. Wiley dropped us here. He let some others go, but didn't even give us the chance to surrender.
Normally I'd suggest picking the lock on that safe, but it looks to be rigged to that ridiculous puzzle up above. This must be the so-called puzzle they expect us to waste our time on. Looks like it was constructed by a child.
After all, garbage not thing.
Diminishing range to
Recharge the mayhem!
For a medic. Happy to help.
Seems we've effectively begun their puzzle. Idiots.
They've just got us running around like a bunch of assholes now.
Didn't I tell you our friends would be back? Hurry! Disable the core.
I still say it would have saved time for us to just kill the hostages ourselves.
Excellent timing. We're nearly finished reviewing the materials you brought us. Oh, well now, this is unexpected. The arguments in this text seem to have highlighted a teleological flaw I fear my own argument shares.
You too, huh?
Under certain conditions, de-escalation becomes impossible, leading to negative outcomes, including outright annihilation. An annihilated entity cannot advance the plan.
But maybe annihilation itself serves a purpose we're simply unaware of. You were right before. Participating in a war only produces an entropic feedback loop.
Interesting. Unless I'm mistaken, you advocated just the opposite at the start. It seems each of us has evolved our positions. Given your stance, you'll be wanting a weapon rather than armor, I'm sure. You can retrieve it from the same drawer where you deposited our research materials. We appreciate your time. If you have a spare 4 hours, feel free to stay and observe our period of silent, sustained reading. Otherwise, until we next confer.
He tells me, oh well, no use deliberating over unobservable quantity.
Further investigation would be unproductive.
Step aside.
Why? This might sting. A lot.
Unfriendly company. They're mine. All on the wrist. Step aside.
Let's let them try.
House call.
Enemy spotted.
Grenade outbound!
Oh, look! A room dedicated to the insignificance of human existence inside a temple dedicated to mathematically proving its pointlessness.
I cannot believe Clemens fell for whatever half-baked argument you managed to cobble together. That imbecile. And Svoboda. I thought her more capable. You may have bested my peers, but they were never my equal anyway. And neither are you. You took so long, I was beginning to think my little puzzle actually stumped you. You seem confused. Allow me to delineate on the totality of your failure. Saving the hostages delayed you just long enough for me to complete my work. I was able to transmit not only the coordinates for the peace talks, but also the station's security protocols, giving Augustine control over its automechanicals. She has everything. The Order has been dislocated from its ideals, becoming the opposite of all they espouse. Vries and I are merely providing a necessary realignment. True, some may suffer as a result, but you can't solve for Hadwiger's conjecture without dissecting a few simplexes. Any other torches I can throw down into the fathomless pit of your mind? Or can we conclude this pointless tete-a-tete? Oh? Enlighten me. Why would you say that? Is that the conclusion they reached? No. Never mind all that. I see what you're doing, Agent. Trying to assault my mind with immaterial input. It isn't going to work. I can't conceive of a reason why my survival should matter to you.
It truly doesn't. The commander just gets a little unsettled watching me fillet human beings and is hoping to avoid witnessing such again.
Your companion seems less amenable to a peaceful resolution. However, as a matter of professional curiosity, let's entertain the hypothetical. I stand down. Then what? I'd reach old age before he managed such a feat. Thank you, but no. No more talking, Agent. It's time I deliver my last prediction to you, personally.
Riddle me with bullets all you like. This rejuvenation device at my disposal. You'll never do me. Scratch attempting to
Back in business.
bullets all you like. With this rejuvenation device in my
Let's weapon try!
You're almost intelligent enough to be dangerous.
Charging!
Riddle me with bullets all you like. With this rejuvenation device at my disposal, you'll never
Recharge to me!
Back in business.
Let's weapon try! Target, Commander! Let's get you healed!
Happy to help. Discreet. Trap. Seamless.
Re-engaging!
I have grown worried. I have not received word from Archivist Clemens in some time, and I imagine you would have relayed any pertinent information by now. I fear this bodes ill. Without him, our only option is a direct assault. A risky proposition, to be sure. The last thing any of us want is for our plan to spiral out of control. And so it falls on you to seize back that control. Use the methods we discussed to take command of the monastery. When it is done, I will send further instruction. You have my trust. See that it is not misplaced. I'm much obliged for your tireless work. With this knowledge of Greater Tranquility Substation and its security codes, our plans for the peace talks can finally be spurred into motion. However, without Archivist Clemens and his explosives at our disposal, we've no choice but to proceed with our contingency plan. A direct assault. Though the codes will allow me control of the automechs on the station, we'd best accept now that more lives may be lost than previously assumed. Yet we must act unflinchingly. To fail now would mean the end of everything.
Best get a move on to the peace talks. Vries won't hesitate, and neither should we.
Agent, over here. I assume you had a chance to speak with Landon. That is, Seer Wiley. I appreciate the sentiment, but there is now ample evidence disproving that fact. The truth is, I held Wiley back. I kept him from advancing for my own selfish gains by spreading lies and false concern over his competence behind his back. If I had not thwarted his ambitions... No. Those hypotheticals are best considered in private, I think. Yes. Better to focus on our gains than our losses. My colleague's survival is something worth celebrating. I won't keep you. Thank you for your assistance in reclaiming the monastery. Regrettable though the outcome with Seer Wiley turned out to be. You are welcome to collect the experimental weapon back inside the observatory, the Oracle. It was Landon's design. Only seems fitting you take it. May all your future endeavors proceed in accordance to the plan.
I don't know what you're complaining about. We emerged totally unscathed.
I'd estimate I'm 43.11% scathed.
Hey! Void it all! I told him he wasn't going to make it! Is this what Wiley's ilk spared him? Because the Seer already predicted this would be his fate? Can any of this really be in service to the universal equation? The Seer's plan?
Oh, thank the architect you're finally here. I've scarcely breathed while hoping you'd come. I am in desperate need of your help. True, but the Order's predictions know you better than you know yourself. Recently, I had a rare opportunity to ask the Seer for guidance. He told me that a dashing outsider would answer my prayers. I feared the prediction was a fluke, but here you are, a dashing outsider standing before me. Strictly speaking, it isn't. Not yet. But the math is very, very, very good at predicting what is probably most likely extremely possible. In theory. Within a margin of error. Anyway, that is the Seer's business. My business is the health and welfare of this camp. Where to begin? There are so many sick and wounded in Matriarch's mercy, and I have but 2 imperfect hands. I am but a humble general practitioner. What I really need are specialists, and the Seer predicted an outsider would find them. My thanks, stranger. Probability is on our side. The Seer gave me a datapad with explicit instructions that I not read it, for my intervention could only throw probability into disarray. Now, take the datapad, with my thanks.
Is the first among equals.
So many dead. Place is falling apart. Even though I've nothing but disgust for your corporate overlords, at least the invasion stirred up some much-needed chaos in Arcadia.
Have I mentioned that I got no interest in your opinions of my overlords?
We can always talk about you then. Like how you were the victim of corporate greed and hubris.
Reckon I wasn't clear. I got no interest in your opinions about anything.
You lost, stranger? Hey now, that's mine! I don't see a lot of new faces in these parts. What are you? Order? Protectorate? Anti? Yeah, no, really. Just wanted to get a feel for who I'm talking to and what flavor of unhinged you might be. Me? I'm a Sprat Trapper. Cute little things, but their tallow and hides fetch a high price. Used to be Protectorate, then worked for the Order, then Anti. Whoever's calling the shots on a given day. Now, I'm just waiting for the dust to settle so I can find out who I work for tomorrow. Sprat leather has military applications, as all things do. I also hear tell that higher-ups like to put them around their boots. You know, sprat spats. Slower than I'd like, but that's not the first time I've had to tighten the old belt. Things will pick up once the war is over. Unless a rift devours the colony. When that happens, Sprats and bits will be the least of my troubles. Don't be a stranger. Howdy. Now what can I do you for? Don't be a stranger. Excuse me? Acting like I'm not even here. Take it! Take it all! What do I care? Howdy. Now what can I do you for? Slow. Things will pick up once the war is over. Don't be a stranger.
What's that? Reconnoitering fresh trap!
Double left on a
Making strides! Come now, let's wrap this up!
On the way. Back off for a minute.
Hey, Commander, I think Val wants us to discuss strategy. Or I could just be misunderstanding the noises emanating from her.
Careful now.